Meep meep. Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to Diecast Resurrection. Today we are working on a good humor ice cream truck. So the main reason I wanted to work on this particular vehicle is because I wanted to practice up on making some decals. So I made some of these bad boys on the computer and I tried to make them as accurate as I possibly could. Also, just trying to learn my program a little bit more. All of the little errors you see, I did on purpose to match the tampos. Because a lot of the tampos weren't necessarily done perfect all the time. Like this white square below candy is always different. It's never perfectly lined up. So I tried to recreate the flaws of the original tampos as much as I could. So that's what we're doing today. This is a pretty easy one. Got a little friend here. I'm glad he's still there. This one's got a 1983 casting date. Regular black wall. Yellowed glass. Should be a pretty easy project. I just want to try out some of my own decals and see how it goes. So let's get started. So with this being a plastic based car, it's got a different style post than we're used to, so I don't actually have to center punch this one because it's already got a little dimple. If I can find a spot to sneak this pick in. Ding! This is like a spittoon. Beauty. Shouldn't be too hard putting some newer wheels on. These look okay, but they're kind of crusty. More than likely I'll just be putting new versions of these exact wheels on. You won't be able to tell the difference. So I'll probably swap these out for some nicer ones just because these are a little bit past their prime. Here we go. Hopefully we can get this glass out in one piece. Here we go. I don't know how much of this yellowing is going to come out. I guess we'll see. This kid must have been a heavy smoker. This will be a pretty straightforward restoration. We'll just do this in a white enamel. Easy peasy. Everything looks good here. Oh, that's crazy. Ice cream truck's a stick shift. Unexpected that. We got a little Merle here just doing his thing. It's a good spot for Jimmy. You guys want some candy? Get this handsome guy in there. You ever ridden a Corvette before? Get out of here, Brett. Anyways, so the purpose of this video is not that I really want to do an ice cream truck or I want to pimp out an ice cream truck. It's mainly just to see how well my decals perform under regular situations. And we will see how things go from here. This is Aircraft Paint Remover by Clean Strip, as you guys know. The more I looked into these little ice cream trucks, the more I found out there's all kinds of cool variances. There's like Mexican food trucks, and there's pizza trucks, probably a Chinese food truck. I don't know, there's all kinds. So these things, if you guys wanted to make replicas, these are a good model to go off of because they're kind of like the van. They use the same casting and just change the paint color on 30 of these cube van / whatever these are. So you probably could get away with painting this as it is, but I would recommend at least giving everything a light scuff just to kind of give your paint a surface to stick to a little bit, or if you're going to prime it or whatever. There's also going to be all kinds of residues left over from the paint stripper and whatever else this car's been on its journey. That's all I wanted to accomplish. Clean it up, get a little bit fresh. Get a little fresh up in all these crannies. Gotta have nice fresh crannies, you never know. Never know what'll happen. Alright, that's all I'm doing. I'm going to give this one more rinse with some clean water, and then we can go ahead and paint this enamel white. Can't get enough of this Redline shop enamel. It's so durable. If you really like wet sanding paint, try to achieve perfection, this is your paint. So I'm just starting to get some of these decals on here. Boop. One thing I noticed using a solvent like this Mark Fit I've been using is starting to bleed the colors just out of the corners of the decal if I cut the decal too close to the color, so that's something to look out for. And I noticed my blue wasn't printing that good, but we'll see. I don't really know what's up with that. My big order of decal paper is in. I just gotta go pick it up. So that'll make my life a little bit easier too, I think. This paper is of the lowest possible quality, but I bought it kind of in bulk just because I was it's more or less just experimenting for now. Just experimenting. Ice cream truck. I like the way it's looking so far. Decals don't look too bad considering that I made them completely from scratch. It's not like I'm making something like this to sell. This would just be, you know, good enough for your personal collection. Looks pretty good for making it at home, I would say. And then with a clear coat, that'll level that all up nicely. And you got a brand spanking new ice cream truck. Of course, making decals at home, you've got lots of spares so you can screw up as many times as you need to. Part of the reason I chose the ice cream truck here is because it has white paint. And that allowed me to utilize this white paper to make these little baby decals. So what do you guys think? I'm pretty happy with that. I mean, that's pretty good considering it's just made on like a home printer. I think that'll work out just mighty fine. Jimmy's got to jump in Dukes of Hazzard style. Come on, Bo. It's not working out. It's not working out. I don't know if that's a good ride for Jimmy. Maybe he needs more of some kind of a drop top. This one's funny because this looks like a pretty nice car, you know, factory. Got all the factory logos. Someone clipped off a wheel, but you know, something that you might not even restore. Somebody glued this motor in backwards. This little kind of head plate here is supposed to go right above the cockpit and the exhaust comes out on this side, so somebody made a oopsie. That's pretty sweet considering how like original it is. And these tires don't look like they ever had an ounce of chrome on them. Is that a thing, you guys? Did they make just black Redline tires? Because I would like to know. It sure looks like they did. Because these, the Redlines here are in good shape, but I'm telling you, not even a speck of any kind of chrome on there. So I'm very intrigued by this. I'd like to get as much info as possible before I try to do anything with this, because there is glue everywhere. So yeah, let me know if anyone's got any insight on this. I'd like to work on it one day. Anyways, so we're going to let this dry a little bit, and then we're going to go straight to clear coat, and we're going to go from there. So we got our base. I tried cleaning this up quite a bit, but unfortunately, I'm not going to be saving these wheels. So with these plastic bases, they're just kind of crimped in there with some sort of like warm soldering iron, kind of just presses them in. So you can get away with just using a screwdriver and kind of lightly prying below them like this. And you can sneak those axles out of there without any damage. So now it's a little bit crusty. I was looking at the prices of these Good Humor trucks, and even in their best, most primest condition, they go for about $5. So nothing to really get too excited about here. So I was gonna put some of these on today. My usual kind of redliney factory but replacement wheels. I could get rid of the Redline by using some sort of chemical remover, but I think I'm just going to leave them on, honestly. Car's not worth anything, and I think it's going to help the look out a little bit, so I'm going to get rid of these rusty crusty ones, and we'll put some of these fresh blades on, and everything is going to be just fine. You can be tempted to put some big booties on it. Got these down in the factory location. I can kind of close up the little plasticky crimps and hold it in there, but I think maybe just a little dab of glue would really help things, because it is just plastic. I think if you got a little bit too rough with this, those wheels might pop out, you know, if you were doing some awesome tricks or busting out some sick jumps. So we're just going to put one little dabby like that on top of each, and it's going to seal that in. It's going to seal in all the flavors. I feel like my lights are dying. Doesn't seem as bright. I'll turn up the ISO a little bit. It's got a nice little rake to it now, so this should be a real cool car when we're done, better than the original, because that's what I like to do. Get this rumpled up paper towel. So I've had our windshield here soaking in my party shooter. Just kidding. This is super clean. And if you remember how yellowed up this thing was, I wanted to see if a couple hours in the super clean was going to make a difference. And it kind of did. Much more transparent now, even though we still got kind of a yellowy haze. I don't know if there's any fix in that or not. Sometimes plastic just does that. Well, unfortunately, out of everything I tried, nothing worked. If anyone's got any good ideas on how to get what I would call smoke damage out of a windshield, out of hard plastic, I would like to hear it in the comments. I tried a few different things, and it is just in there. I tried it on the body, and it didn't look too bad, so I'll probably leave it. If one of you guys have a great idea, I will definitely take it apart and give it another try, but it's pretty intense, so we're just going to leave it for now. I gave our interior a little scrub with some soap and water. Got our little guy there. Hey, man. Let's put our yellow glass in there. Got our little guy in there. Get our little base on there. And of course, one screw. What do you guys think of that? I don't know if I'm feeling the big wheels on the back. I don't know, I think it looks alright, even with the yellow windshield. I don't really notice it too much. Everything still works. Maybe smaller tires would have been better in the back, but I don't know, it's not worth anything now, and it wasn't worth anything before, so it's just kind of a little desk guy. You can just go in the lineup with the rest of them. I'm kind of feeling it. What do you guys think? What do you think, Jimmy? Man, I want some ice cream. I should have bought a Jimmy that was the right scale. He's a little train model guy. Not a bad little project. Jimmy, you gotta stop him from rolling off. There you go, Jimmy. You're useful now. Finally found a use for Jimmy. Oh. I'm gonna try to do one in the middle of the week here. I know it's been a while since I uploaded. My hours at work changed, so, you know, my hours make videos changed. So we're gonna try to compensate for that and try to catch up, get some extra videos done. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one.